Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob and today I shall be attempting to take this Matchbox Series number 6 Ford pickup from very shabby to shiny. This one I've had, to be honest, I've got about, I want to say 5 of these castings, and they're all in kind of very similar or rough shape, and I've been wanting to restore one of these, and this is going to be a restoration plus attempt, but now kind of amongst the castings that I do have, I had a window section that was usable from one, I had the front end from another, but what I was missing was this rear section, this rear canopy, and if you watch one of my recent unboxing videos, I got one, so it was time. But yeah, 2,000 likes, this one could be yours. So here it is. Considering the state that it's in, it's a pretty good roller. And you can read underneath here, Matchbox Series number 6, Ford pickup, made in England by Lesney. And this has got the kind of steering on the front there. But as you can see, we are missing the front end there. And I've already pre-drilled, but only just removing the flange. It's very shallow, this one, and I can't tap it. So this one will be glued together using my special UV glue. And looking at it, it looks good. It almost looks like it's not even glued. It looks like it's natural. Looks like the day that it was put together. But yeah, a little whoopsie there. So that's the interior. That'll be given a clean up and a repaint later on. The window section here, as you can see, very, very broken and unusable. That'll be going into the bin. But the main casting here, so what we're obviously missing is that front end. Here is the glass section. Here is this rear canopy. But like I say, we've got it in parts, so we will be good today. But in the foot-long hot dog jar, the main body of the casting plus the base with the wheels intact go in to boiling water, and then satisfying to see the tablespoon of caustic soda. So giving it a little swishy swish, you can already see the water starting to take colour as the red paint is coming off. So I'm just moving my light around just to see whether it's a little bit easier to spot. But yeah, it's there's a lot going on in here, a lot of reaction, and sometimes there's so much that you just can't see anything. But I think you can just about see on the ends of those axles it's bubbling up, and on the front of that cab there. But I'll put that to one side, and in come the replacement plastic parts. The interior was fine, we can use that today. But here's a replacement windshield and the rear canopy. Like I say, this come off a car that was in an unboxing recently, and then a front end from one of the other cars. Of the 5 or 6 trucks that I do have, I think 3 were missing and 3 remained. 2 were in silver and this one was white, although this one will be getting painted today. So the interior there has come up quite well. That canopy is a bit scuffed up, I'll be rubbing that down, and then the front end there is fine. The glass section actually, really good condition, didn't need any kind of rubbing down or anything, so after a quick clean it goes straight into the Pledge Revive It floor polish treatment, and I'll just pop the little glass on there to protect it whilst it dries. So I'll be using this pound shop or dollar store, straight out of the can, matte silver. And I thought about using my little chrome pens, and I thought, well, before I spent 20 minutes trying to paint it in with the chrome pens, I'll give it a little blast of this, see how it turns out. And actually, it's dried and it looks really good. That'll be getting further detailing later on. And then again with the pound shop, dollar store, I've now rubbed this down to make it smooth, take out any scratches, and we're going to use this in a gloss white to make this look good as new again. And you'll see there that I've actually glued, because there's nowhere to kind of hold it, but I've glued onto the underside there, just temporarily whilst painting, and obviously pops off ready for the rebuild later on. And whilst I've got this white paint out, I thought we'll freshen up the interior as well. It's yellowed over the last 50 odd years. Hey, I think we'd all yellow a little bit after 50 years, eh? So we can't blame this interior for needing a little bit of a touch up today. There we are, good as new. Put that to one side to dry. Now this is probably, I want to say 20 minutes later. Obviously cool enough for me to touch with bare hand. You can see the hood section there, the kind of a large red flap, and other paint just sitting in the bottom of this jar. And then as I just give it a little swishy swish, paint is just falling off. And this tells me now that it's ready to pour down the sink. So here's the main casting there and the underside. This was obviously painted in black before, and the wheels kept in position. They are as good as new. The underside, I prefer this in a polished condition, and that's what I'll be doing today. And then with the main casting, there's a little bit of paint holding on there. I'm going to guess somewhere around 97.3 and 97.4% of the paint has gone. And just that little extra paint that is holding on, I'll just reach now for my little tack knife and grab one of my steel wire attachments and spend 5 or 10 minutes just taking off the remnants. And here's a little sample of the roof section now. So we'll make it look as good as that all over. And yeah, that base, look at that, beautiful. Shiny, shiny. I'm happy with that. And that doesn't need any paint in my opinion. And I've gone around with a toothpick or cocktail stick just to really kind of dig out any dirt that was left in these wheels. And yeah, that's as good as done. The main casting here now with the Tamiya Fine Surface Primer in white. So starting from the underside, trying not to put too thick a coat on, but obviously at the same time making sure that I do cover every little angle, but just a generous once over, and then it gets put above the radiator to fully dry for 10 or 15 minutes. And you'll see, I'll show you shortly, but we're using the Revel gloss enamel paint for this one, but you'll see that I've just lightly rubbed down the top of the hood there and the roof section. There was a couple of little, I don't know, maybe some water or perhaps moisture left on that before I went for the primer, so just needed to take that back down again. But with the enamel gloss red, beautiful colour this, and I'll go over with 3 coats. Now after the second coat, it was perfect. But I had still a little bit of paint left in the cup, so I thought I'll use it for a second, or for a third coat rather, and the third coat just wrecked it. I don't know what happened. I think I left it a little bit too long in between coats, and it just didn't go on silky smooth, and I wasn't happy with it. So it goes into this jar. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I was looking for an early night, but no. But anyway, this kind of allowed me a go on this new product. This is a Green Stuff World paint remover. You guys that have watched my videos regularly, you've seen that I've had some candy paint from these guys, and more recently a couple of flip kind of chameleon paints. Anyway, in the latest, when they sent me these chameleon paints for use and review, they also sent me an acrylic thinner and this paint remover. And I didn't really know what to think of it. It says on the back that it will take anywhere between 1 and 6 hours to remove the paint, but you put it into this jar. It says that it's reusable, so I thought, well, I'll just leave it overnight. But bear in mind, this is fresh paint, so actually I see kind of action and reaction within about 10 minutes. And yeah, great thing. Time will tell when I use it on a casting with old paint, but anyway, you'll see that again sometime soon. But it's the following day. I did repaint it, and just the 2 coats this time. But as you can see, the interior there, the canopy there, that's dried lovely and smooth. Really happy with that. I've detailed out this front bumper, a little bit of colour in the headlights and indicators, and a little bit of Nuln oil in that grille. And then yeah, the gloss red paint looking shiny and brand new. And yeah, I did forget the window section there. As I was putting it together, I thought, I'm missing something here. But yeah, that's window section. But anyway, here's a little reminder of what she looked like. And can you believe it? This is the result. Quite a big change in my opinion. Beautiful red colour, silky smooth, lovely and shiny. But you can see on the sides there, I did put a little bit of silver chrome paint on those end axles. And then lovely to see actually this canopy in place. I'm not too sure which way round it should go, but I thought this is the right way. Maybe you can turn it around. It obviously fits both ways. You can kind of have like a fixed back end and have that open part next to the cab if you really wanted to. But yeah, this is a Restoration Plus. I didn't kind of go overboard. Just done those little extra touches that I think Matchbox could have done. And I'm hoping that you like it. Remember, 2,000 likes. Comment down below. It could be yours. But I just want to take this opportunity to give a massive thank you to my patrons. You guys are awesome. And thanks to the rest of you for watching. I hope you like this one. Stick around for the next, and I'll see you soon.